Everyone tells you that the PT exam is changing or the PT exam has changed. You need to do this, you need to do that, and then you just go with the flow. Have you ever wondered why these changes are happening in the PT exam? Is it a conspiracy to make the exam harder so that you guys fail in the exam? Find all such secrets revealed in this particular video so that you can set your head in the right direction and make your PT exam preparation a perfect one. Watch it till the end. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PTE. I hope you all are doing fantastic. So what happens when you don't understand the reasons behind the changes in the Pearson exam? People start spreading rumors and then you panic completely. So I bring to you the real reasons why you need to understand this exam very properly and also understand the reasons why some strategies, templates or techniques have stopped working. In the meantime, if you are looking for paid assistance for PT training, do WhatsApp us on the number shown here and we'll provide you a lot of benefits like unlimited classes until you succeed. Like and subscribe and let's begin the story behind the changes of the PT exam. The number one reason behind these changes are because of the reason of Pearson's image and its credibility in the market. So when Pearson started this PT exam, it was really magnificent, something they did out of the box. They used an AI to do the complete evaluation of an English language test. Whereas IELTS and TOEFL are more traditional based tests and Pearson was doing something outstanding. So when companies begin with that approach, there are definitely some technical problems or difficulties that the exam, or in this case Pearson, had to face in the beginning. If you already know that initially there were very less countries and very less universities accepting the Pearson score because everyone was skeptical, doubtful how an AI can evaluate every module that you are speaking, writing, reading and listening, everything. It was completely a shocker for many of the people. In the initial days, IELTS was laughing at Pearson, something like this. गजब बेइज्जती है. Slowly, the Pearson exam, the PT exam started building the credibility and more universities and more countries, they started accepting the PT exam scores as and when it approached more maturity in terms of providing the evaluations for the exam. So everyone could use some kind of tricks that were available in the market and then they could crack the PT exam completely open. Okay, so it was very easy to crack the PT exam. So Pearson was already working to make these improvements. But the main challenges was related to the tricks, the templates that the people were using in the market, making the image or the credibility of this exam not too much. So that was an ego, that was a problem that Pearson wanted to solve. So now that you know that the first reason was Pearson wanted to improve its image and then also the acceptability in the market throughout the world, I mean. The second reason for these changes were the fake institutions. Okay, every gully, mohalla, churahe, when you go outside, you will see some kind of PT institutes. Okay, so what happens is, even though people are not qualified, but they were able to use some kind of template, some kind of formula to sell those tricks to the people, and then people were also able to pass using them. So that's the problem. I still know some of the people who have mediocre level English or below average level of English and they are PT trainers in some countries. And it became a very easy ticket to go to a foreign country. Just clear the PT exam, it's very, very easy. Now, some institutes also went to the extent that they invested too much time and money to experiment with the Pearson exam and they found out a lot of techniques. It's commendable that they found so many loopholes in the AI and then they were able to exploit it and thereby they got very popular and then people started using those templates and the techniques. Some of those techniques are still floating around in the market. You must have heard about one-liner strategies, you must have heard about copy-paste strategy in the summarized written text or extra word strategies in write from dictation. Because of these jugaad techniques and the templates that were floating around in the market, the credibility, the image of the Pearson exam was like, anyone can crack this exam. Just prepare for 2 weeks and then Pearson exam is just like a piece of cake. You can crack it. So those were the two primary reasons why Pearson had to improve the AI, the evaluation, the technique and everything. And the third chapter was Pearson ka badla. When it started making the changes and then suddenly people started seeing writing scores going down to the rock bottom, speaking scores going down to the rock bottom, And some of the changes you already know that started in November 2024, the changes for retell lecture and describe image. You remember how people used to say those templates? The image is very informative. I'm going to speak about 40 seconds with the image. I can see blue, green, black and whatever. Thank you very much. Like that they used to say, and they used to get full scores in the describe image, in retell lecture. I can hear this, I can hear this, I can hear this. That's how people were able to pass the exam. So Pearson started to take steps to fix these problems, and then they introduced something called as a manual check. So if it detects the templates or these kind of one keyword templates or pre-memorized templates, so it started referring those responses to a manual checker or a manual evaluator, and they started giving 0 if they detected. So basically, all the intention here is that to make it fair and square for everyone, not just for the Jugaru people, but for everyone who is able to give the exam with proper level of English. So then you also heard about different templates being targeted, which were used by millions of people, and just putting topic, and they were able to get marks. So Pearson or PTE introduced another two concepts called as extended writing and extended speaking, where it was able to measure the amount of phrases that you are speaking in your responses and what you are writing. And that's where, the downfall of those Jugaru techniques started in the market. Other changes also include cutting down on the number of words for write from dictation. Surprisingly and luckily for many people, one-liner strategies and the copy-paste technique in the summarized written text are still working. But as I tell you always, there are expiry dates to all such techniques, and we have already seen many of them have already expired. So some people are still in the panic mode, and some people still write to me on the YouTube channel that, sir, I just can't get rid of templates. I can't improve my English in the time and I have to use the templates. Well, for me, it's very difficult to answer because you are saying something you don't want to agree on, which the exam requires for you to do. So you say, the exam is saying don't use any templates, don't use any pre-memorized part of template, write more than half of the content from your side, or you speak more from your side, and then you say I'm unable to do that, then it's not going to give you good scores, right? So that's very fair and square. This is my requirement, you deliver that. If you can, then you get good marks. If you can't, you are trying to cheat me, then I'll not give you marks. Same way Pearson is doing with you. So people are still hunting for any kind of technique or template that can just make me deliver the exam, get my target score, fly abroad, settle down. But in the end, you are all forgetting that this is an English language exam. I have been shouting this from the last many years, but people were going for the techniques or the templates that were working, Jugaru techniques. Now is the time, and going forward in the future as well, you will continue to see these kind of changes happening as and when Pearson and the PT makes it AI or the cat engine, what it calls it, more mature and make it a better evaluator. In one stage of time in the near future or in the far future, it will be much better evaluator than a human response. And now when the AI started to come into the market, so you must have heard about ChatGPT and many other AIs that are in the market currently, which are very advanced in assessing written language and verbal language. So that's the level we have already reached, and this is not far that Pearson will also adapt those AI data models into its own programming. So going forward, if you want to take the correct approach for the exam, the techniques that we share with you, we stick to the basics, the vocabulary, the spellings, the grammar, ways of writing phrases, ways of using the template, which is more like structure-based templates, and then how you can combine writing your own phrases so that you do satisfy the criteria which the Pearson exam is imposing on you, and then you get the scores that you need, and that too error-free. Try to focus on improving your English. Pearson can never defeat these techniques what we are teaching you. The power of vocabulary, the power of grammar is the essence of any language, and this language is also based on grammar, vocabulary and the concepts, right? So the techniques, the way which we share with you is always going to work. The reasons and the changes that have been happening in the PT exam and what may happen in the future as well. The day is not far when more changes will appear in the Pearson exam. So now is the time to adapt to the correct approach. And if you follow us, you will be the first to know what's happening in the exam, and still here to give you the best PT knowledge. If you're still looking for prediction file for the questions that are appearing in the exam, just become our channel's YouTube priority member and then you will get access to it. For live classes, for paid assistance, do WhatsApp us. We'll help you, we'll guide you, we'll prepare you for the exam in the best possible manner. And in the meantime, if you haven't watched the video on the latest grammar techniques that we have shared for the reading fill in the blanks and reading writing fill in the blanks questions, go and watch it. Keep watching Edutrainex, and I'll soon be back with another super informative, funny and interesting video on PT topic. See you soon.